Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 10K Dollar Day. Today, we're talking about speakeasies, crimes, and breaking eggs.
Ooh, this is like one of those hard-boiled detective novels.
Here we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 10K Dollar Day. It's episode 276. I'm Alison Burns.
I'm Lulu Picard.
And we're so excited to have you here today. If you're new to the podcast, here's what's going to happen. We're about to talk about some obsessions, some wish lists, and then we had a magic word sent to us by one of our listeners. Hey, if you want to do it, you can do it too. Go to our website, 10kdollarday.com, click submit a word, and then this could happen. We're going to take a fake $10,000 and we're going to use that word to inspire where we're going to go and where we're going to spend it in one single day. That's right, 10K dollar day. It's all coming together. So we're so excited to have you here with us today. Lou, what's going on in your neck of the woods? Where are you right now?
What day is it when this comes out?
That's so funny. You're like, where are we? Today is April 5th.
Then right now I am in Seattle, Washington.
Wow.
Well, it's our layoff week,
Okay.
which means the tour is not booked for this week,
Okay.
which sounds like we have a week off, but what it means is we have a week off. Like no
Okay.
work. Like you just don't have work this week.
Yeah.
But they will fly you somewhere for your layoff. Because they can't
Okay.
just leave you in a city with nowhere to be. So I am in Seattle right now, and then I'm going to go to Orlando, and then I'm going to go back to LA. So check with me next week to see how I'm doing with all those time zone changes.
Yeah, that's a lot. That'll get you.
It is going to get me.
All right. Well, let's talk first about what we want to get. And we're going to start with we've currently got, and that is our obsession. So I have a current obsession. It's actually here, but I don't think you can see it in my camera because it's attached to my desk. I got a new desk light, but it's the one that's like you clip it and you tap it and it gets brighter and not brighter.
Uh-huh.
And it has a little swivel head on it because I'm getting old. And I was trying to do payroll the other day at my desk and I was like, it's so dark in here. I can't see the page. And I was like, there's no overhead light in my podcast room. I just have a ring light, which is on the other side. And I was like, I was using my phone flashlight to look at these papers. I was like, who am I? And so I bought this little light and it's so great. I don't have to squint. Papers all light up.
Listen, it's a really exciting day, the day that you admit your eyes don't work as well anymore.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you're like,
Yeah. And I even had the LASIK, but it's not going to last. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you no longer have to squint.
Yeah.
My mom is the worst at it. Listen.
Really?
Yes. I always have to tell her to turn a light on when she's like reading a book or doing something in the dark. And I'm like, just turn the light on so you can see.
That's awesome. All right. What's your obsession?
My obsession is something that I've only had here in Denver, or I guess they say it's Colorado. And I think I'm also calling it wrong, but I call it green chili sauce with pork.
Okay.
I don't know. There's probably a better name for it, but it's been something that's been on menus at a lot of the restaurants I've been here. If it's a breakfast restaurant, if it's a Mexican restaurant, whatever, they've got this green chili pork gravy sauce thing that I've never had anywhere else. It's so good. And it's made with the Hatch green chilies and pork.
Yum.
And then it's a gravy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like the consistency of a thinner stew. And it just appears with your food and you're not going to know what to do with it. You're like, do I eat this with a spoon? Do I put it on rice? Do I put it on this food? Like you literally are like, what is this? And then you just eat it and you're like, I guess I'll figure out how to put it on everything.
I love that. I love a condiment, so that
Oh
works.
yeah, it's real good. If you're in Colorado, everyone, you got to try this dish that I don't actually know what it's called. It's like pork green chili gravy sauce.
I love that. Mm.
What's
All
your wish
right.
list?
My wish list right now, I need a new office chair. So the thing I'm sitting in is it's getting very uncomfortable and I need something. Tell me cuz you're a short girl like me and I normally will after a long time I sit cross-legged
That's
in my
exactly
chair.
what I'm doing right now.
Okay. But even that the seat I'm in has armrests. So my knees start to hurt under the armrest. So what I did just now is I took that yoga headstand thing you got me.
Yes.
Feet are straight out in front of me like a recliner right now. I put that yoga thing underneath me so my feet can go straight. But I've been researching like cross-legged chairs. They actually have them.
Really?
Yes. They're made for people who sit cross-legged. So I've been doing some research. That's my wish list. I haven't found the perfect one because I just started this research. But that's my wish list is the
Oh,
perfect cross-legged chair.
I can't wait to see what you come up with.
Yeah.
The one I'm in right now, it's, I have no control over my office chairs because they're just in hotel rooms,
Yeah.
but it's very wide. So I'm
Okay.
able to do the whole leg cross thing without
Yeah.
getting in it. But
Well, and that's what I first Googled. I Googled wide chairs, but everything that came up was for like big and tall men.
which is
It was like,
opposite of what you
yeah,
want.
I was like, no, I don't want that. I want just, you know what I mean.
I
So
do.
then in all that Googling, Google was like, no, 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 I know what you need. And it popped up cross legged chairs. And I was like, there's whole articles written. Now, I will say, you guys, that you're not supposed to sit cross legged for long periods of time. Apparently, it's not good for your knees in long term. So just make
Uh,
sure you sit like that. Then you straighten them out every, hour or so, or maybe take a walk,
okay, that's good
and
to
come back
know.
to it. What's on your wish list?
Oh, it's very specific.
Oh, okay.
And it's almost like a prayer. It's like I'm trying to manifest it.
Okay.
So, I told you I'm doing all those flights.
Yes.
Two of those flights are on um, an airline where possibly I could get upgraded because I have like a minimum of status.
Okay.
So, my wish list, God, is to be upgraded on my flight from Orlando to LA. That's
Oh,
all I
yes.
need. I need that last flight. It's going to be the last flight. I'm doing it on the Monday right before we go back into work.
Mhm.
And it's a long flight and I will be very tired. So I just wish that I will be upgraded from my flight from Orlando to LA. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I hope that for you too.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know. I know. I
Oh,
know.
yeah. How do they do that? Do you have to get on your app and, like, request it?
I'm already kind of in the queue to
Okay,
request, but it just depends on how many other people are in the queue that
got it.
day. And I have the least amount of status you can have on the
Right.
like as far
Yeah,
as
yeah,
like
yeah.
getting into the tiers, I have the lowest tier and it's organized by tier. So if anybody above me
Yeah,
is in line, it bumps me.
gotcha.
So
Oh,
really, I don't get to get upgraded very often, even though
yeah.
they say you can. Um, but I'm hoping.
You got both of us upgraded one
I
time.
I think we got upgraded with a smile that time. I don't think
Yeah,
that had anything to do with status. I think you and I just talked to the person at the counter and then he upgraded us.
yeah, that was awesome. That was my first class.
I know, and now look at you. You can't stop.
Well, what's funny is, you know how your Facebook memories will pop up? We did that just recently. I
Uh-huh.
mean, not recently, it was on the year memory or whatever. And I had posted that, like, never going back. And like in hindsight, like, Allison, come on, you've gone back. Like, you can't afford. Oh, big dreams, big dreams. Oh gosh. All right. Now it's time for
You're right.
Lulu always decides to drink water or eat food at the times where I'm transitioning into something that she has to sing and or say. Oh, that's the best. I'm just gonna play it. Here we go, 10K day.
I would have redone it.
It's a $10K day. Imaginary travel and a laugh or two. As we tell you all the crazy things we wanna do. We buy top drawer, but we don't really pay. So say what's your happy and you'll be our bae.
All right, here is our magic word today.
Hi, I'm Billy Flanagan, a professional actor, singer, and host from Florida. And the word is gangster.
Yeah.
Gangster.
You guys have heard us talk about the Billy Flanagan so many times. I feel like on this podcast, he's been a guest on the podcast. He's been in our daily happies. We talk about him on social media. So, Billy, I was so excited to see what words you came up with, and gangster was just the best. I was like, yes, 1920s. I mean, that's where I went. So, I'm super excited about this day. You ready, Lou?
I am so ready.
All right. So, gangster. I'm going to a place in the US that has long been associated with organized crime. It dates back all the way to the era of Jesse James. We're headed to Kansas City, Missouri.
I was not expecting you to take us there. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I know most people would think Chicago, Atlantic City, stuff like that. But no, you guys, Kansas City, and even to this day, we're talking mob bosses all around. And if there's any mob bosses listening to this, big fans, okay? Big fans. Just want to put that out there.
Your secrets will be safe with us in this podcast. You don't have to get nervous.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. All right. So we're going to stay at the Crossroads Hotel. Now, their interior is reminiscent of that 1920s, 30s, just the gangster era when it was in its prime. So we're going to stay there, and we're staying in a one-of-a-kind room named after a one-of-a-kind guy. It's Kansas City Mafia legend Tom Pendergast. He's a gangster back in the day who sold beer and bottled water during the Prohibition era out of the Pendergast building, and is rumored to have run an elaborate bootleg operation with hidden rooms and secret tunnels.
Whoa.
Yeah. So this has been noted as the best room in Kansas City, you guys.
The best room in Kansas City?
Yep. In fact, I kind of want to go. So it's huge, and it has a separate living room area with huge ceilings, like those high ones with skylights. It's downtown, so you're looking at the downtown view. In the separate living area, there's a sofa, then there's a separate powder room, and a pool table in your room.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then the bedroom is closed off with French doors, and then there's an oversized bathroom. It's so cool.
Beautiful.
Now, I looked at prices. They range all year long. So if you're going to stay in the down season, it's $700 a night, but then the high season's up to $1,300 a night. So I opted high. Of course, this is 10K day. So for 2 nights for us to stay in this one-of-a-kind room named after a one-of-a-kind guy is $2,600 for 2 nights.
Whoa. In Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to wake up and have breakfast at the Snooze Eatery.
Okay.
Isn't that cute?
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, I was super excited. They're a really cute place. And on their website, the very front page, it says, here's a few of our breakfast favorites. And all of it looks amazing. I was like, we're getting all of it. And we're going to split it. So they have a signature pancake flight.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. Mimosa for me. Horse and sidecar Bloody Mary for you.
Yep. Yes, please.
And they have a lime sitting on the outside of it, and the lime is I don't know, it's cut some way and frayed like this, so all the stuff comes out and it looks like a sun.
What?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I've never seen that before. That's going to be
They
fun.
have a ham Benedict. We're both fans. Gonna split
Yes.
that. A snooze breakfast burrito that's as big as my head.
Okay.
And then lattes.
Done.
So we're gonna spend about $60 on our snooze breakfast. All right. After that, we're gonna do the Kansas City Gangster tour.
Okay.
So in the 1920s and 30s, Kansas City was like full on Kansas City gangster. So there's this guy named Johnny Holiday. He's going to take you on an interactive bus tour showing you sites of speakeasies, brothels, where some of like the bad things happen, and more.
Oh, and more. I'm
Yeah.
in.
So it's only $35 per person.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
But then
and
they shake you down for another 50 at the end.
An hour and a half. There's only 10 people to every car. I was going to buy it out, but we can't afford to because it's something we're doing later or something we're buying later. So we just spent 2 tickets, $70.
Okay.
Okay, so in my search for some Kansas City gangster stuff, I found this guy who wrote a whole article and he listed the mob rules to follow. That he thinks they actually have some really good rules that they have in their society that we should follow as well.
Oh.
Talk about them real quick. Little sidebar. Number 1, never rat on your friends. Now, I'm hit or miss with this because I'm a mom, right? So I think, sure, if your friend has something to tell you that does not hurt anyone else and does not hurt themselves, keep that secret. If your friend tells you something that either could harm themselves or harm someone else or something that their parent just needs to know, it's okay to be a rat at that moment. So this mob rule, I'm on the fence with.
Okay, I think I agree with you.
Number 2, pay tribute to the boss. Now, this could be taken many ways. I agree that you should always respect your boss and, do your work, that sort of thing, and not talk bad about your boss unless your boss is a terrible person. And then again, I'm on the fence with this one, mob. Okay.
Right.
Number 3, rock the boat. Doesn't say don't rock the boat.
Yeah,
it
tell
says
me.
rock the boat. Now, this guy
Okay.
who wrote it, he obviously comes from a long line history of Italian mafia. He says his grandmother used to say, and I'm going to try to say it first in Italian. It says, "Non si fa nessuna frittata senza romper l'uva."
You can't make an omelet without breaking any eggs.
Oh my God, I said it so good that you knew what I meant.
Is that really what it means?
Yes, it's literally verbatim.
I heard frittata and senza. And
No.
Did you say uva at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I heard omelet and without an eggs.
Yeah, no, that's what it means. That was so satisfying. Okay. That's what it means.
Yeah.
And it's true. You have to make waves, do things, rock the boat.
I agree with the idea. I'm surprised that this is part of the mob mentality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, the next one. Reputation is everything.
Yes.
I agree.
I agree too.
Okay. And I think we're on number 5. I don't know. Run with the right crowd.
The mafia's telling you that?
That's what they're saying. And listen,
right.
Here's another Italian phrase. See if you know what it means.
Okay.
Dimmi con chi vai e ti dirò che fai.
Say is in there, but I don't know what else it means.
Tell me with whom you go, and I'll tell you what you are.
Oh, I like that though.
I do too. It's kind of like that "you are what you eat" phrase.
Yeah, but it's you are who you hang out with.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I
I
think
want to
that's
learn how
true.
to really say it correctly in Italian because then I want to say it to my kids and be like, they
And they'll be
won't know
like,
what
you
I'm
know
talking
what
about.
mom says.
Yeah. Dimmi con ci vai, Tyra. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So because I feel like we embody all of these mob mentality rules now, I wanted us to dress like we were in the 1920s/30s to go to dinner.
Okay.
So I bought us these 1920s Art Deco flapper dresses. They're jet beaded black, silk
Uh-huh.
chiffon. They have these big fur cuffs. They're lined in silk. It's like this antique looking from Etsy, just stunning. And the great part is, it's basically like you would overdress this. It's almost like a jacket. I'm actually going to text you a link as I talk
Oh,
about it
I'm
because
looking at it.
they're so pretty. We could wear like a simple black dress under it, and then that could be the overlay.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty. Oh, with those cool sleeves with feathers on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's adorable.
Can you imagine us walking down? Oh, so Lulu now has her mouth wide open. It's because she has seen how much they cost.
I sure did.
So
Wait, is this made or is this antique? Oh, this is antique.
it's antique. It's an antique couture gown.
Wow.
It says there's only 2 left, so we got to hop on it. Each one of these is $3,540, which means we'll be spending $7,080 on our 1920s mob dresses.
Oof. All right.
Right?
Let's go.
I know. Oh, it's
They're
crazy.
beautiful.
They are really stunning. That's what I love about Etsy is that like I'm like, who is this? Who has this? Where did it come from? I always imagine it's some like art person who like literally owns like a giant museum who's like, let's see if somebody will buy it. Like it's actually in a museum somewhere.
I think a lot of those small shops that you see as you travel around the country are actually making all their money on Etsy and eBay.
Oh, that's really smart. You're right.
I mean, if I had a vintage clothing store, anytime nobody was in the store, I would be taking pictures of stuff and putting it online.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true. Because how often do you actually just have a antique clothing store just next, door down the street?
Well, and it's hard to find specific pieces. I mean, if you were in Kansas City and you ran an antique clothing store and someone brought you a $3,500 dress from the 20s,
Yeah.
the chance of you selling that again in Kansas City is really low.
Yeah.
But you could sell it to some random person around the country.
That's so true. I always try to think of things that I have that I don't think anybody else has. And I'm like, how can I sell it?
Same, always.
Did I ever tell you how I sold all of my rent tour stuff? It was a hard time in my life. And I was like, somebody out there is going to want a rent tour, National Tour 2001 luggage tag. And so I literally like took everything I got from that tour in the year 2000 to 2002, 2003. And I posted it all on eBay. They didn't even have Etsy at the time.
Yeah.
I sold every single bit. I have nothing from that tour. There was not one iota of like memory I kept because I needed some cash back in my day.
Yeah, but you were smart. Somebody bought it.
Yeah. I always think that about all the show magnets you have.
I've sold a lot of them.
Have you?
Yeah, because I needed money in the pandemic. I went through exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Trying to get rid of anything because we had no work.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I know. It's actually an interesting like story for me is like the things that people sell when they are hard up. In fact, you guys can email us at 10kdollarday@gmail.com if you have a crazy story about something you had to sell when you were going through a hard time. I would actually I'm so fascinated by that. Because like, when you walk into like pawn shops, I don't know if you've ever walked into a pawn shop, but I have. I've pawned some things and you'll see things you're like, that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, and sometimes you see things that are very sad.
Yes.
Like
Oh
you
yeah.
go into a pawn shop and you're like, I'm pretty sure that's like a wedding ring, or I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that is like a baby's first bassinet.
Oh
And
yeah.
you're just like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
So sad. But yeah,
I
I'm
know.
with you. Every day I look around and I'm like, what else can I sell? I always know I got one kidney. So
Exactly. Well, I was about to say, you're like, oh, next up myself.
exactly.
All right.
Next up myself.
Okay, so now we are decked out in our 1920s flapper dresses. We know how to be mobsters. We have all the rules. We're going to dinner at Tannins. It's a
Oh,
wine bar and tapas restaurant.
what a great name for a wine bar.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what's cool about this place is the way I found it was that I Googled um, Kansas City private dining because here's what I feel like about the mob. It's got to be private, right? These gangsters, like you got to have your own space because you got to be able to talk freely. You don't want people eavesdropping. So I feel like you want to have a private area to eat. So this place, you can literally rent out their back rooms for private dining, like at all times. And what's even better is I went to their site and you can quote what your budget is ahead of time. So you could say, I'd like to rent out for 6 people your back room. My budget is $65 per person.
Really?
Yeah. And they said they'll get back to you and let you know what they can do with that budget. Now, I'm sure you can't be like, my budget is $5, but I feel like at least they're working with you.
Yeah, that's really cool to know. So anytime that we go to Kansas City, if we have some people, we can go get a private dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're talking some good stuff, you guys. So they have smoked salmon and caper rillettes, duck breast. They have roasted diver.
With a D?
Yeah, Diver.
A person that dives?
Grilled rack of lamb.
Okay.
And just tons of stuff. This is just like one of their things you could pick from. Charcuterie boards, pommes frites, which I think is just fries,
It is.
and creme brulee. Just lots of good stuff.
A diver is a British term for a bird. Not any bird. A large diving water bird of northern latitudes with a sleek black or gray head. Oh, we call it a loon.
Do we eat those?
We don't eat loons.
Huh. Interesting.
I think it's funny that like we call a bird a loon and they're like, it's just a diver. And we're like, that crazy bird. And they're like, it just dives under the water.
Yeah. That's interesting.
There you go. Loons.
Okay.
Should I look up, can you eat loons?
Yeah, look up that real quick. Because I feel like this is Kansas City we're talking about. So I feel like we should all run in the same,
It says whether boiled, broiled, or dried, loon meat does not taste great, according to historical reports.
Wait, what if tannins they've mastered it?
I guess. This is very strange.
That is very strange.
What if it's just a typo?
Maybe it meant to say liver.
Maybe it's just liver.
Oh, can you imagine? We go through all of this. See, this is why spelling is important. You never know.
Yes. I thought you were going to say this is why we should have an intern.
So they do. It would be nice if they looked over our research first. Because I do, even in my own notes, put a lot of question marks.
I did too. Or I put blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Well, we might have to bring back the guest Googlers at some point.
That'd be cool.
We can figure that out.
Yeah.
And then at least all of you listening out there will have a modicum of facts.
Yes. All right. So that's dinner at Tannins. we're spending $190 because that was my budget that was left and I could quote them, which brings my total to $10,000.
Whoa! Allie, I am so tired from traveling and touring. Help me out. How do you always have so much energy?
I cannot believe I haven't shared my latest secret, Fit Aid Energy. It is 100% naturally sweetened with none of that gut-killing aspartame, sucralose, or stuff I can't even pronounce. But best of all, Fit Aid Energy is energy packed with 200 milligrams of clean caffeine from green tea.
Oh, okay. I am loving all of this, but how does it taste?
Delicious. There are 4 flavors: mango sorbet, blackberry pineapple, raspberry hibiscus, and peach mandarin. And I'm telling you, my fridge is stocked.
Not for long. So can you send me some?
Well, don't worry. You can get your own by going to drinkfitaid.com/10K day.
Hold up. Are you about to give me and everyone else a listener discount?
That's right. 40% off plus free shipping on your first order of 24 cans of Fit Aid Energy.
Okay, I'm doing it now. www.drinkfitaid.com/10K day.
That's right. Oh, and the link will also be in our show notes. So that's what I would do with $10,000 in a place long associated with organized crime, Kansas City, Missouri. But this is what we would do if we had $10,000 to give away. Lulu, what was the charity you found this week?
Okay, so Gangster, Mafia, right?
Yes.
Did you know that the fans of the Buffalo Bills are called the Bills Mafia?
No, I did not know that.
Did you know that the Buffalo Bills are a football team?
I did know that.
Okay, we'll start there.
Okay.
So lots of things happened. It doesn't matter how it happened, but basically they call themselves the Mafia.
Okay.
And their thing, like, remember when I was in Philly? Oh, I'm going to make enemies here. But remember when I was in Philly and it was the Super Bowl? I happened to be there during the Super Bowl and the Eagles were in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
This was this year.
Yeah.
And we talked on the Daily Happy about how Eagles fans are proud that they are like the most rambunctious fans in the NFL. Like, they're like, we love to toss tables.
Yeah.
The Bills raise money. And not just for like themselves, but for other people. It's kind of amazing. We are talking millions and millions and millions of dollars. So this is how it started, okay?
Yeah.
So they were in a game. This is going to be like such a stupid way to describe all of this. So they started a game. They're in the game. They were not in the playoffs. I'm also going to say lots of words that I don't really understand. This is like reading a science article to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're not in the playoffs. But then this guy, Andy Dalton, who was with the Cincinnati Bengals, other team, he did something really great, which caused the Bengals to win, which for some reason meant that now the Bills can make the playoffs.
Okay.
Kind of just the way the bracket system worked. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the Bills were so thankful to this guy from the Bengals.
Yeah.
That they were like, let's all donate to this Bengals guy's foundation, like his charitable foundation.
Yeah.
And the Bills Mafia said, let's all donate in increments of $14, which is his jersey number.
Oh, I love that.
Just kind of like, the Bills, thank you for letting us go to the playoffs or helping us. They ended up donating over $400,000.
Oh my gosh.
In that one thing. So at that point, they were like, whoa, we know how to raise money. And that's what they've done. They've made donations when a Buffalo player got hurt, when one got snubbed by the Hall of Fame, when one lost their grandmother, one lost their brother, even when a rival player got knocked out of a playoff game. They just give. When the Buffalo safety Damar Hamlin went into cardiac arrest on the field, they raised $8 million for his charity. Like millions of dollars.
That's amazing.
That's so cool. So Buffalo, I love that. You can, if you want to help the Buffalo Bills Mafia and what they do, you can follow them because they're raising money for some cool stuff, and you can just kind of get on the bandwagon and
Yeah.
help them out. I just thought it was such a cool thing.
Yeah, that's really amazing. All right, so I found a organization called GRASP, and it actually stands for Gang Rescue and Support Project.
Oh,
And this actually deals with at-risk youth, and it's an intervention program that actually works with today's type of gangs. So now we're getting away from that 1920s type gang we're talking about. But they get involved, and it works so well because it is run primarily by ex-gang members who broke free of the gang lifestyle and turned their lives around.
That's hard.
Yeah, so the staff understands, how difficult of a transition this is. And it was developed in 1991, and they offer crisis response, parent awareness training, community and school outreach. They even do tattoo removal for free.
Brilliant.
Yep. And then they have things called the healing circles, and they offer the support to male and female youth ages 14 to 24. And they also deal with substance abuse, all kinds of stuff. So again, it's called GRASP, and it's located in Denver, Colorado, but they do support people all over the U.S.
Cool.
All right. So that's what we would do if we had $10,000 to give away. And now we're going to talk about our happies. So, Lou, what's your happy today?
My happy is that in Denver, I had a day off and I went to Boulder, Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'd never been to before. I'm going to put some pics on the Instagram, so they might even be there by the time that you hear this, everyone.
Perfect.
But it is such a cool town, and it's a lot of shopping and just fun walking and stuff like that. But we had a great day. We got out of the city. We went to the mountains, and it's just important. It was only 30 minutes away, but I feel like just getting in a car with friends and going 30 minutes away somewhere different was a whole lot of fun. Like,
yeah.
Why don't we do that more? Just go to a different city and walk around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
great.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah, what about you?
My happy is that I'm real happy that they have payment plans with braces.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. Oh,
It's
no.
pricey. So I just want to thank the dentists out there who were like, you know what? Normal, average, everyday people aren't going to be able to do this.
How much is it?
So total,
This is for Hannah, I'm guessing.
it's like 200 and something a month
Uh-huh. For how long?
for up to whenever they'd like to take them off of her.
For whenever somebody else that's not you decides now.
Yeah.
Could be.
Because I don't know how teeth work.
But isn't it usually like it's over a year, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like-
It's normally a couple years. And right now, she only has the top on.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I went to the dentist. Did I tell you this? And they told me that I'd have to get Invisaligns.
Really?
Well, I've never had braces or anything.
Yeah.
I was really lucky. But, now I'm having a little bit of issue, and they said it's due to some teeth rotation because I am a sexy girl. And he was like, yeah, I'm thinking like you might need like Invisaligns. The pain, basically the pain I'm having won't go away until they're Invisaligned. $7,000, Alison Burns.
Yeah, it's crazy.
$7,000.
Yeah. I
was
know.
like, I think I'll live with the pain. Thank you.
Yeah. Do they not offer a payment plan?
I didn't even, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like, when they're like, well, here's the deal. You can get the Porsche right now for 75% off. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how cheap you make it. I can't afford it.
Yeah,
So
I know.
insane.
All right. So now we're going to see if we have any listener mail. Lou, what you got?
Oh, well, we do have some people that have been saying hi to us on Instagram, which of course we always love because, it validates us.
Yeah, for sure.
Just want to say hi to the Jeff Dwoskin show. He actually hosts Classic Conversations. We sat with him on a panel.
That's right.
At Podfest.
Yeah.
We sat with him on a comedy panel. So if you're interested in listening to some conversations with with, I would say, vintage TV and film stars. Jeff has
Yeah.
got you covered, so you can find classic conversations. Also, like to say hi to some people that are saying hello, which we love. So, hello to Natalie Simons. Hello, of course, to Billy Flanagan. He's been saying hi to us, which is really, really cool and nice. Flame Alive Pod is out there. So,
that's
hey,
fun.
what's up, Flame Alive? And we've got a little Tara Linda Salvo saying
Yeah.
hi to us this week. So, hi, y'all. What's up?
What's up? All right. So we love when you connect with us. Again, our social media is 10K Dollar Daily Happy, and that's on Instagram. And then we also have our Facebook page, which is 10K Dollar Bays. It's always fun to have you guys there. And then you can email us at 10kdollarday@gmail.com, and then check out our website, 10kdollarday.com, and click our newsletter, and then you'll really get in the know.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, also, congratulations last week to Amanda. You won the prize.
Oh,
Putting
hey,
it out
what's
to
up?
you right now.
That's
All right.
exciting.
So, and what we're talking about, guys, we have a prize in our newsletter, but you got to read it to know it. So that's all you're going to get. All right. Now it's time for our last segment. It's time for
10K Roleplay.
All right, Lou, your 10K role play today is you are an Italian deli owner who has a back room reserved for a local crime family to meet every week. But this is not public knowledge.
No.
So, hi there.
Hello.
What is your current obsession?
My current obsession is the way that more people on the Food Network are saying Italian dishes correctly. I've been waiting for this my whole life. I'm tired of people coming in and asking for spaghetti and lasagna. I want all those letters in there. I want all of the vowels. I want all of the things. Thank you, Giada De Laurentiis, for saying our food correctly on the Food Network. So when people come in, they can ask for spaghetti and they can order lasagna. It makes me very happy.
That's amazing. All right, what's on your wish list?
Oh, on my wish list is for Kraft to stop making that terrible Parmesan cheese that you can shake out of a can. I'm tired of it. It has really diluted my country's cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
I understand how much a lot of people here in this country love buttered noodles, but that's like not a thing we do. You know what I mean? Like what is that? I've been making sauce all day for 3 days, and you want butter on your noodles? What are you telling me? You're going to shake the cheese out of a can? What? Decades and centuries of culinary knowledge, and that's what you're reducing your convenient life to?
Yeah, that's tough.
Come on, America.
Come on. All right. Well, if you had $10,000 to spend on yourself, where would you do?
Well, I have this back room, and I've always wanted a craft room. And now that the gangsters are not coming around anymore, I'm thinking that maybe I could make it a sewing room or a knitting room, and also a lot of the gangsters that used to be in organized crime, they need something to do with their hands.
Okay.
So I was thinking they could come in and we could do like affirmation cross stitching, that kind of thing. We can do like a trade, like, how they do guns for cars sometimes.
Yes,
we could do, guns for a laminating machine, or guns for a cross stitch kit, or guns for a watercolor painting session. And then what we could also do is paint the guns with really pretty colors, so they don't look scary anymore. And we can make sure they don't work. And then we can make art. We're going to make vases out of them and put flowers. And that's really therapeutic for the gangsters.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
If you had $10,000 to give away, where would you give that money?
Well, a lot of these gangsters, they get out of their gangster friends and they don't have any other friends. So what I would do is I would hire some people to be transitionary friends for gangsters getting out of the gangster lifestyle. And I would just be like, listen, here's an apartment. It's free. You're going to be this person's roommate for a month and just be cool to them. And like, if they need anything, if they don't know, they've been out, if they don't know how to use the internet, if they don't know how to whatever, you can hang out with them and I'll pay them, $7,000 plus their rent for that 1 month. And they can be the gangster mentor.
Aw, that's a really nice idea.
It actually is a pretty good idea. And I feel
Great
like
idea.
it's kind of not as expensive as maybe some other rehab programs. So let's get on that.
Oh gosh. All right. And finally, what's your happy?
Oh, my happy is this Indian place that just opened across the street. It is delicious. You know what I mean? And we've been having a lot of fun. Kind of, I bring over my daily special and then they'll bring over their daily special to me so we can kind of trade and taste each other's food.
I love
And we
that.
have been having so much fun. I have tried to put samosas on our menu and my clientele said absolutely not. And I was like, you're right. This is not the right food to have with Italian food. You're correct. And so now if people come in 5 or 10 times with my restaurant, now I give them a voucher and they can go eat at the other place for free once. And they also have the same voucher.
That's very, very nice.
Well, the problem is my restaurant is very popular because it's been here longer.
Right.
And so basically they end up giving away more free food because more people come to my place to get the voucher.
Got it.
It's not, I thought of that as I thought of it. And then I just had to tell you why I didn't think that was actually a perfect system because I nailed that rehab one so well.
You win some, you lose some.
It's true. It's true.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Italian deli owner.
Thank you. I love to be here at the deli. Oh, and they're new deli and I'm old deli.
Oh, I like that.
That's funny.
That is funny. That's good.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Alison, you are currently a member of Gangsters Anonymous. Now, obviously, you've decided to go public with your journey. But it's really exciting to talk to you. So I have to ask you, what is your obsession?
Well, my obsession right now is that I'm able to take walks. Before I was not, someone that went outside very often. I had a little sunroof in my bathroom that I would stick my head out of sometimes. And, it just wasn't the same though. It was feeling the actual sun on your face every day, like full body type situation. So the fact that I get to walk now outside is really nice.
It's beautiful and such a simple obsession. What's on your wish list?
So my wish list is for a new wardrobe. I have been in hiding for the past 11 years of my life. I have been told that I ratted on someone, but that's not the case at all. I was protecting, if you will. So because of that, I was put into a safe house for 11 years. And during that time, I was not allowed to purchase anything new. So right now, as I transition into the real world, all of my clothes are from 11 years ago. They have all gone out of style. And they're also all too short. I have grown just a little bit. So my cuffs on my arms and my legs are about an inch too short. And I also gained just a little bit of weight. So the buttons don't quite button on all my shirts and my pants. So I'm in need of a new wardrobe. So that's definitely on my wish list. And I'd actually like someone to just help me find that stuff too, because I don't know what the styles are right now. So.
Right. Well, you're clearly have your priorities right, is to be more fashion forward in the world.
Yes.
And you'd be surprised because a lot of the styles that you were wearing then might be back again, and you might have just hit that cycle right on. Okay, so what would you do if you had $10,000 to spend today?
Well, I don't have it, just so you know.
Yes. Okay.
And I am not allowed to take money from anyone. Also, so this is all imaginary.
Okay.
So if I had an imaginary $10,000 that was not actually in my hands or hidden in my room, I
Yes.
would take that money and I would travel to a small island in Mexico, off the coast of Mexico. And there's a woman there that I would like to meet up with. We've been pen pals for 9 years,
Yes.
and I met her through an online site called Gangster Goes to the Chapel.
Okay.
And it's where people who want to meet gangsters and possibly marry them go to this website and they meet up. So we were matched on the gangstergoes-to-the-chapel.com, and we've been pen pals. So I'd like to travel to this small island off the coast of Mexico to meet her.
Wow, that's going to be really exciting.
Yes.
Do you write in English or Spanish?
I write in English.
Oh, and she writes in English?
She writes in Spanish.
Do you speak Spanish?
Sí.
Great. All right. So the next half of the interview will be conducted in Spanish. So your next question is, ¿Cómo costaría $10,000 si tuviera que regalarlos?
Oh, perfecto. Yo soy los baños en México. Baños es muy mal. Baños. Dime. Baños fuego.
Hot? The bathroom's hot? The
Yeah.
bathroom's hot? Okay.
So yo Aguilar.
Water? No, that's agua.
Arreglo. Yo arreglo el baño. Bonito.
You're going to make the bathroom clean? Pretty?
Sí.
Am I right? I don't speak
Sí.
Spanish, so I don't actually know.
Yes. Sí.
Okay. Well, that's great. We're back to English because I think that would take 1,000,000 years to finish the next question. Also, do you speak Spanish?
I took 3 years of Spanish. So I know how to say random words. I think I said the bathrooms in Mexico are bad and hot. I would fix the bathrooms and make them pretty.
That's cool.
That's what I think I said.
That's pretty cool. It's better than I thought. I didn't know you spoke any Spanish, so I'm very impressed.
Un poquito.
Un poquito. All right. Well, what's your happy today?
Oh, well, my happy is that I was just gifted an iPad mini.
Oh.
And I'm able to now download text and WhatsApp.
This must be very new to you.
Yeah, so I can now communicate with a choice few people that know who I am, where I am. And I'm excited to have that communication line back open because it's been a long 11 years of just writing.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now you can read the texts, not just write them. So thrilled to have you. Thank you, Senor. Or Ita? Era ora?
Senor.
Senor. Thank you, Senor.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's our show, you guys. Thanks for being here. Hey, if you had fun, check us out at 10kdollarday.com/Patreon. That's Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support this podcast. I know it seems like a little, $2 a month. you can find that in your couch cushions, but it does help us out a lot. So check that out. All right, 10K Dollar Day is produced by 10K Dollar Day LLC. Intro by Stan Collins, the 10K logo art by Jacob McAllister, 10K jingle by Rockwell and Rose, the vintage 10K Saturday voiceover by Charlie Hume. Thanks as always to Buzzsprout. We're going to end this how we end it every week with friends like us.
Who needs amenities?